It was at this point, Philion remembered, that he was the one who agreed to speak first, and so had the absolute pleasure of introducing on the left WillardJBradley, on the right, Asazas. In the middle, the text saying, "We are in the winner's bracket," not Warner Brothers, but indeed winner's bracket of Group E for Game 1, and that he was joined by the wonderful Captain 1977. How are you doing this afternoon?
I am ready for this. Let's do this. And I thought the WB honestly said for WillardJBradley, but it could have been.
No,
Apparently
we're
not.
missing the J. The J is the J is important there.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, my mistake.
But yeah, coming off a hot race between TSO and Andy, we're just gonna keep rolling straight into more races. Willard and Asazas both cleaning up in their first section of groups, first series of groups, I guess we could call it if we wanted to be accurate, and headed on through for more.
Yeah, it's, both runners went 2-0, and we'll see where it goes from here, because the loser's gonna head down to the loser's bracket and face the winner of the loser's bracket. If that makes sense.
That does. Someone's got to win the loser's bracket and lose the winner's bracket. But yeah, I'm always excited to see what these races throw at us. Hoping for something fun to show up in this race. As always, I'm a huge fan of hard mode. I love just getting the runners to that nice little 13-14 heart range, making sure that nothing's too rude to them, and then making sure that they don't have it too easy after that. Wait, we're not going to Zeebs in this seed?
Aww.
But where will we find the silver arrows?
You know, being hard mode, I don't think we will. God. It makes it really hard.
Does either runner want to give us a map check before they drop into Escape? No, not.
No.
Oh, yes, yes, Asazas at the last moment, showing us Green Pendant Hera, Crystal Eastern, Red Pendant Desert, and Boan Uncle.
I believe that was a Red Crystal Eastern as well, so.
Well, that is what I love to see. My favorite thing, as people are probably sick of hearing at this point, my favorite thing about standard mode is when you get that bow, you've got an Eastern Crystal, and you can just head there right at the start. The only limitation being the dark room and how many hearts you're comfortable with.
See, both of them trying to farm a bomb here for the back of Escape. Not sure if the guards are dropping them yet, though.
Heart drops for the guards don't look promising for getting bombs out of things, but still got the rats further into the escape sequence. So it'll be just a question of, can we get some bombs out of a chest? Are the rats going to provide for us, or do we have to come back to the escape sequence later, preferably with gloves, so we can just drop in from the graveyard?
Got a nice sync going. Nice sync between the runners here.
Yeah, so this is all tied up, and there will be no winner as this race, as the runners will continue in perfect synchronicity for the next hour and a half, right? That's how this works? Oh, no, Asazas won that room, so it's game over.
Oh. Well, that'll do it for us here. Speaking. No, kidding. We are far from done.
Yeah, watching the runners do escape is, I think, really interesting in this tournament, because it gives us kind of a little snapshot of how their execution compares against each other. Not just who can go faster, but who kind of takes what risks, or maybe goes with the conventionally defined strats. If both runners are doing that, great. We know they're playing at the same level. Maybe if they're taking different approaches to things, you go, okay, this is a weapon that someone is or isn't comfortable with, and it gives a nice little I'm going to call it an overture to the seed and the race as a whole.
I like that. And we did find that Quake medallion there at Zelda Cell, so that could come into play later.
One of 3 possible medallions, the others, of course, being Bombos, the Lightning Bolt. Sorry, Bombos the Swirl, and Ether the Lightning Bolt. I've played this game before. I think I even beat it once.
I beat it once. I mean, granted, it was a Triforce, son, but, I beat it once.
If you think about it, every seed is a Triforce hunt. Just in this particular case, we know the Triforce is hiding behind Ganon.
Exactly.
Alright, so coming up in a second here, we are likely to see a bit more farming going on as the runners try to see what the rats are dropping. And if we can get any bombs potentially from that prize pack. There are a number of rats still in play. Can do that. That full magic jar, I didn't see the rest of the prize pack. I'm not sure if this is going to be doable. For certain, for Willard, it's not going to work if the rats never actually drop anything for him.
Yeah, it has to be a little conservative. It's down to 4 keys. Or 4 arrows, not keys.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a lot of keys.
Yeah, Key Rat giving both runners a difficult time. Just kind of running off in directions he shouldn't have. Willard confirms what we had already inferred from seeing Azazas' prize pack. Azaz. Why did he pick that name? That's just mean to us. It confirms what we had seen from the runner on the right's prize packs. Those rats only drop magic. And we're going to have to come back here with bombs for those 3 items in the back of Escape.
That was the point. I'd like to see the Sanctuary just have bombs in it. Just be like...
Thank goodness they didn't, because that just makes me mad when that happens.
Absolutely.
Willard does not like that he came out of Escape with a whole $1. So he's going to just Houlihan, it looks like. Azazas, meanwhile... Oh, I like this. Doing the bush crab. Finds out that's dropping 20 rupees all over the place, so it's an easy 120 for him.
Oh boy. Was that a red cane on the lumberjack ledge?
I didn't see. I hope so. Actually, I hope so. You know what? Let's just get a good old-fashioned Aga seed. That was indeed a red cane, thanks to the instant replay. So Azazas just farming the heck out of this bush crab, even as it traps him in the long, hollow log. He's going to have plenty of money coming into the village, so much he's even skipping that red 20 just lying on the floor.
See Willard's farm going south, farming a couple bombs. We got a hook shot there. The Skull Woods dropped down.
Okay, cool. I like it. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
There was nothing good at the race game for Willard. So we're going to see him head into the village after checking and seeing flippers in the library. At least that means we should get boots sooner rather than later. And Azazas skipping all of the other checks in the village right now, headed straight for the dam. Probably for the bar, tavern, probably with the intention of purchasing bombs before heading throughout everything else.
Yeah, with 2 pendants in Light World, that key's gonna be required no matter what, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And those flippers as well, certainly logically required. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
I really like how Willard dove into Chicken Hut first here before going to buy bombs. He's still going to have to buy bombs from the shop. But doing the early Chicken Hut check means, like, just in case you get your bombs there, you don't have to go to the shop at all. And you save some time. That's some good hedging that doesn't work out today.
Expensive heart piece there at the Bio Vendor. Of course, I've seen them sell for as much as 500 rupees at some point. So.
Yeah, I might. Cool, 4 hearts. That is enough to handle the dark rooms in Eastern Palace, if you're so inclined, especially with the sword from the well to make that navigation easy. Just go to Eastern, guys. Just go to Eastern. Do it for me.
Our first look at a green 20 there at the well too. That's probably a mail upgrade.
Yeah, love those green 20s. Just telling you, hey, you could have had something cool here, but we're in hard mode. You don't get it.
Well, there's the fire rod.
And after all that questing for bombs, 3 bombs just sitting in Blind's hut. Lovely. Oh, so Asazas is going to take the save and quit out of Blind's hut rather than walk all the way out of the hut and slowly meander your way down to race game in the library, probably checking those later. It does mean he's going to be going without that knowledge of flippers for the time being, but I have to assume when he gets boots, library will just be a check for him anyways.
And it says it's not taking your advice. Not going to Eastern at this point. And check South Shore first.
Ooh, missed the hookshot clip and is going to have to go in and out one more time than he'd prefer. And Willard is probably going to get to do the save and quit out of the forest here. So both runners finishing their Kakariko checks with over 600 rupees. Plenty of money to go to Zora, if they are so inclined. But Willard is doing the play that I've been wanting to see since 30 seconds into the race. I think he's headed to Eastern.
Oh, there's the glove. A glove.
On the Lake Hylia Island.
Yep.
Okay. We're seeing a lot of items here. Not getting them. We're just seeing them.
You see Willard showing us the stud prize. It's a bow magic. That's really helpful.
Yeah, and certainly knowing that at this point in the run is going to be good for the couple times when you just panic and go, hang on, how do I get some magic?
And there's the layup putting Eastern in fully in logic now.
Ah, very nice for Willard. And Zazas takes the save and quit after getting just some bombs from the Ice Rod Cave. I think we're going to see him do the Eastern Palace check based on where he's save and quit to. And honestly, the fact that there's not much else to... So both runners going to have that knowledge of a glove being on the Lake Hylia Island, which is probably our second glove, unless we manage to get Aga access and boots for those flippers in the library, and a mirror, all before we find a first glove. Which,
yeah,
Randomizer do weirder things.
Doesn't seem likely, but we'll see. Anything can happen.
Hey, you know what I love? Hookshot Eastern Palace. And it's only for this silly trick Willard's going to do here, where you skip a room, and you just hookshot to that chest.
Yeah, you don't want to go up to that other room. There's like a anti-fairy there, and lift the pot, hit a switch. Just avoid it all.
It's like a whole extra screen transition. Ew. So, Willard came into this dungeon with 0 arrows. Count them, 0. But between 10 in one of those chests, and then just knowing from having played this game a bunch, which pots are holding arrows, he is now up to a full 25. So that is going to be plenty, along with arrows in the back, to actually take on the rest of this dungeon. One of the big things that separates a lot of the better randomizer players, and I'm going to include asazas in this as well, since I'm certain he knows what he's doing here, is just knowing which pots to go to for your bomb upgrade, or your bomb refills, your arrow refills, as you play through the game, so you never find yourself on a boss going, hang on, wasn't I supposed to have ammo for this?
Not much going on right now. Just we found 10 arrows, we found 3 bombs, and I believe there's a item on the boss at this point.
Yeah, we got map and compass already. So what I was gonna do, neat little strat there of hookshotting the popos, which is pretty quick. You'd love to see him using quick swap there, but we can't be perfect in every single room we do. And he's just gonna continue on through the back of the dungeon. Ooh, rough cannonball pattern, and actually has to stop for a second there.
He takes 24 arrows into armos. He says that's enough. I only need 18.
Yeah, even if you shoot at the wrong times and you miss something, you should be able to do it with fewer than 20, or with 20 exactly. But nice quick kill.
Ooh.
And a quick uptake after that. Look at those boots on Armos. Willard's playing something very similar to like the intended vanilla game here. Start at, I guess both runners are. You know, you do escape, then you look around in Kakariko, and someone says, hey, go east, and then you go, you beat Eastern, and you get the boots.
Yeah, you just didn't have to talk to the old man outside of Eastern to get the boots, that's all.
Yeah. So we're going to see him take these boots, and is he going to pick up his flippers now? I think so.
Yeah, I believe he's going to get the flippers and go to South Shore, possibly Lincoln, Zora, and all them.
Yeah, so we already knew that this was an Agahnim seed, but you know, when I look at that glove sitting on the lake, I do wonder if this is going to be an Agahnim seed for Dark World access as well. We'll find that out soon enough. What he's going to do is South Shore, and then I assume his Zora checks.
Yeah, we are still a cape or a sword upgrade away from doing Aga, so We don't know yet. Just,
Hang on, did Willard do the dam already?
I think he skipped it.
Okay. He skipped it again here, which is interesting. Maybe with the intention of doing it on the way to Agahnim later? Asazas, of course, is going to take a very different route through this because he doesn't know about those flippers on library, so his first priority is the other boots check he got. The bonk rocks, which give him just 20 rupees.
And it looks like he's gonna head down the library race game area finally. Be able to pick up those flippers right away.
Yeah, so if I'm reading Willard correctly here, I think he's kind of assuming that he's going to be doing an Aga seed. Like an Aga for Dark World access, you have to go do this early seed. In which case, you probably want to clear out the whole Light World before you do that, just to make sure you're not missing anything useful to speed you up. And if you're going to do that, your routing actually changes. You go from taking the fastest things you can get to just taking whatever you can get as quickly as possible. And in that mindset, what you want to do is do Agahnim and the dam on the same run out from Link's house. And yeah, if the dam is like Flute or something, you get burned a little bit, but I think that's a risk Willard's willing to take.
Yeah, it sounds reasonable. Bobo has the hammer though.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. That doesn't quite unlock anything, but I mean, obviously it's a very important item. It just does, oddly enough, nothing for us right now.
Yeah, right now, yeah. I mean, once we do get Dark World access, that opens up Pod right away.
Yeah, it sure does.
One of the worst things I've seen is late hammer seed, so finding that early is always a good thing.
Well, and now I'm looking at weird possibilities like we do Aga, and that gets us somehow Death Mountain access, and then we're using our hammer to get up to Hera. I don't know. There's a lot the game can still throw at us. Zora Ledge doesn't have anything, so we are down to looking at Zora and Agahnim for actual progression left in the Light World at this point. One of these things better give us Aga Tower access.
It's not Zora. It's that 500 rupee heart piece I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. Those don't come cheap today. Oh yeah, and then of course, there's the back of Escape, which is logically available, and has been since we finished Escape, but needs the runners to run all the way back through the sewers to get there, because we don't have a stinking glove to even move the rocks and get to the tombstone.
And here's Willard checking the dam finally. He is gonna check Agahnim after this, I assume.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see both runners do this Agahnim check, be pretty much lined up on checks, and then simultaneously go, oh, redacted, expletive deleted. I guess we have to go to the back of Escape. The good news is, if both runners know their prize packs properly, they know it was impossible for either runner to get bombs during the initial escape run. So they'll at least have solace in the fact that their opponent is probably last locationing the treasure in back of Escape as well.
Yeah. Or it could just be here. Or
nope.
Alright, we're going back.
So Azaza's going to come out of here with a slight lead. Since he gets to go straight to here, and Willard has to go and check the bonk rocks, and probably also gonna check the lumberjack cave at this point.
You know, this really isn't that bad, because if this is Aga access to the back of Escape, you're right there. I mean, it's not terrible.
Oh yeah, just take the death warp after this, and everything will be fine. And you know, if I have to run Escape twice, at least I have boots for one of these runs, and a sword. Without a sword, this is actually a huge pain. Boots don't do much because you're still crashing into enemies.
Well, you're just setting up that death warp.
I guess so, yeah.
Willard
It's a
about
risky
to get
death
some,
warp to try to set up.
Willard getting the bad news that, hey, this is Agaseed.
I'm a little worried that asazas is going to try to set up this death warp, then open a chest, get a piece of heart, and get the full health refill. I'm allowed to be worried about that because it's happened to me too. Alright, there's got to be something here. We have a moon pearl and a glove, actually giving us Dark World access here. Wow, did not actually see that coming.
Yeah,
I know why, and I think most of chat was banking on Aga access right there. Instead, the game just says, no, go to Dark World.
Yeah, I was totally expecting a cape or a sword upgrade there. Not gonna lie. Yeah, so
I mean, sure, I'll go to Dark World, but all right, wasn't expecting to get to do that now.
Willard doing the same thing. He's trying to set up Death Warp just in case, but so yeah, we can't even complete Aga yet. So
all right, as us first of our runners into the Dark World, what are we gonna see? Pendant Thieves Town.
Red Crystal Ice.
Pendant Thieves Town.
The best. Nothing like being able to full clear a Pendant Dungeon, huh? I mean, they could run over the pod eventually.
Oh yeah, they can do that. They can even do that right now. Just clear that dungeon. Sounds good. I'm just mad that we have that uncertainty floating there in the air.
Yeah.
Other crystal dungeons we can actually complete at this point include Skull Woods. Actually, I think it's just Skull Woods, but you can have a set of one, I suppose.
Yeah. See, asazas is gonna go into Thieves Town. At least the front floor.
Okay, there's a bottle, so we can check Sick Kid when we're back in the light world, and Willard has nothing to do with the rest of the stuff Azazas is doing right now. He is up on Death Mountain. So this is interesting. If Willard finds a mirror up here, he's actually going to be in a fantastic spot, able to kind of pick up his mitts on his first trip to the real Dark World, the mainland part of it.
I was gonna say I'm a little surprised to see Willard up on Death Mountain, knowing he knows where the mitts are at, but we'll see if it pays off.
It's a lot of checks. It's a lot of checks. The issue is that two of those items, I guess three if you count the green pendant, come in Tower of Hera, which, as I just said, is a pendant dungeon. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yep.
You called it.
I think that's exactly what he wanted to have happen when he went up here, and finding the mirror in Paradox Cave is just what Willard was hoping to see. He is actually going to skip Spiral Cave at this point, probably expecting that he'd be back up on the mountain sooner rather than later, since he now can go pick up his Titan's Mitts.
Assume he's gonna go to Hype Cape first. Meanwhile, on the Zaza side, not much going on in Thieves Town. Not really finding anything. Going headed right to the back.
So with the mirror, Willard could just do Swamp Palace right here. I don't think he will, unless he really wants to do some Bomb Diver Downs.
Got a shovel. Flute.
Oh my goodness. These things are working out well for Willard. Zaza still not finding any progression in this run of Pendant Thieves Town.
Do we actually get some progression in Hype Cave? Wait a second. Wait a second.
Oh my, is Willard doing this? All right. Yep. All right. It's a little weird to be doing this. Just in the sense that we don't usually see Swamp Palace this early. But you know, it's 6 items. It could work. He's got to clear this for the crystal at some point.
And Thieves Town looks like it was a big old bust, unfortunately.
Whoa.
Unless there's something on the pedestal.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling for Azazas in this position. My sympathies go out to him. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this clear and get it out of my mind, and I'll find an item that my opponent will have to get later. And it just didn't work out today.
I was getting bullied by a bee in one of those skull rocks. Hate to see it. And he's gonna run up the Skull Woods.
Yeah. What do we say about Crystal Dungeons and Link to the Past Randomizer, kids?
If you can complete it, complete it.
I did not think of you as a kid, but we'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's basically what both runners are doing at this point. Just going, hang on. There's a crystal here. I'm just gonna get that crystal, and hopefully pick up some items while I'm doing it. You know, the fight isn't easy in frankly either of these runners' position with only Fighter's Sword, but I still want to say it's a fight, a boss fight they are both capable of doing. Just got to know what you're doing.
You find the map there at the swamp. There's at least one item on the left. See, we got a big old single rupee there in the big chest. And he is going to go left side.
Alright, so Willard drops the bomb, jumps into the water, climbs out of the water, whoops, clips through the rail, hops into the water, except now he's walking on the water. Don't worry about it too hard. Ask your parents, kids. And then with that delayed bomb detonation, which works because those two rooms are on the same super tile, Willard is able to pick up that key and skip several of the nasty screen transitions that makes the left side so terrible. It's still not quick, but it's way quicker than it used to be.
That's a great mouse fight there by asazas. Gets 3 bombs for his trouble and a crystal. Not an easy fight, just with Master Sword.
Yeah, the trick in that fight is not to try to hit it 16 times with your fighter's sword, but indeed, that hammer strat.
Still looking for the second item in Skull Woods. Willard's going to be making his way to the back of Swamp. Not really finding too much right now, though. And Sazas takes an unfortunate that they're.
Oh no, that was Death Warp. He doesn't have the mirror, sadly.
Oh,
so.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I forgot.
Unfortunate in that we let the mummies win again, but tactically, what he was in fact trying to do.
And
oh look, a sword and Swamp Palace for Willard.
Yeah, go figure. Gonna make Argus a little bit easier, or
substantially faster. Now you don't need to switch to the hammer or do annoying double spins. Saza still searching for the last item out of Skull Woods.
There it is, heart container. And Willard forgetting how to spin his sword there for a second. He got it though.
So Willard is actually trying to do the same strat as you use with Fighter Sword, with his Master Sword, where you charge a spin and then hit 2 puffs at once to just take them out. Having some trouble getting the lineups on that. The puffs are very good at just walking into your sword and removing your charge. So now in phase 2, he just gets to use some Fire Rod and spin hits, and takes things out fairly quickly. So comes out of Swamp Palace with a crystal, a shield, but most importantly, probably a sword upgrade.
Also crystal number 2, so we are tied up on the crystals again.
So Azazas is going to do the Stumpy check right here, get a piece of heart, and probably now head down to Hype Cave. The difference between these two runners is that Willard, having done the Paradox Cave clear, picked up that mirror. So he was able to beat Swamp Palace, and he's able to pick up his Titan's Myths now from the Lake Island. Azazas after Hype Cave can't do that, but we'll probably see them both head to Palace of Darkness anyways. Willard will just have the extra sword, and Azazas will have to return to the area for Swamp Palace and the Myths at a later point.
Willard is going
Okay, I like this.
Pyramid Catfish, looks like.
Okay, so this is an interesting way to get to the pyramid. You could have also just saved and quit and then climbed Aga Tower and beaten it. Because Willard is just going to knock that out right now. He knows he has to do it at some point. So why not clear it at this point? Then once he's done that, he can go straight to Catfish if he wants to. I also get the idea of kind of, you can put Pot off, because eventually you'll turn in your flute, and at that point, you can just flute to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. It's a little weird that you'd run all the way to the pyramid, but that might be the kind of thing where halfway through the run, he's like, oh, hang on, I could have saved and quit. Oh, well.
First look at Sick Kid here. This is the side. He has half magic. Not required, but nice.
Yeah, Willard still hasn't picked up a bottle. I think there's one in the Village of Outcasts, so he'll be able to get that half magic pretty quickly if he ever ends up in the village.
Yeah, I believe it was at the Chestgate village. And Sazas is heading to Pod.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. For all he knows, his mirror could be in Pod. Again, it's a crystal dungeon, something about always be clearing them.
Something crystal rule.
Yeah, this is the kind of the obvious play for Azazas to do here. We know that he needs to head up to the mountain for the mirror, but without that knowledge, for all he knows, Mire is sitting here in Palace of Darkness. Nasty enemy layout there. Good heads-up play to avoid taking the hit. Something. Blue ball guess is, I don't know. It's a pretty simple fight. It's kind of an auto-scroller. You just stand there, you spin, you stand to the side of Agahnim, then if he shoots the blue beam at you, you make everything whiff, and you don't take any damage, you just keep losing time, you have no control over it, other than you want to stand outside of the wizard if you can, so that in the event you hit him, he gets bounced closer to the center, and potentially has to move less far to get to his next destination. The good news when you're doing this fight, of course, is that between the two runners' seeds, Aga Blue Balls are synced up. So no one's gaining or losing time, and both runners know the other one has to do that fight, of course.
See Willard run out the pyramid. He is running north to Catfish.
So there's like a really big loop Willard can do here if he wants. That like takes him to Catfish, and then he runs back and hook shots across the river. Does Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb, picks up his red cane, and then ends up eventually in the village, which is where he wants to be to activate his flute. Did he miss with the rock trying to get it in the circle?
I believe he did, yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes we're all just a little bad at the game.
You know, sometimes you just need to take an extra bite of Wheaties and just be like, I'm gonna do it this time. But if you don't eat them, or in Willard's case, probably have an extra cup of coffee, you just miss. You know, it happens.
Yeah, Link's house is out of Weetabix. The uncle tried to go pick up more at the store, but that went poorly one time, so. Hey, Azazas picked up shield, so we're gonna see both runners and probably end up picking up all three shields. Not that they'll actually ever see that lag-inducing mirror shield, thank goodness.
Oh yeah, hard item pool. Yeah.
And finally, having found the big key in the harmless hellway, Asazas is going to do the hammer jump to enter the dark maze the back way, making it a little cumbersome to get in, but faster once he's out.
Get some powder there at the graveyard ledge. So he's going to be able to route that in when he goes to the village. No mirror yet means he's going to set up a death warp here.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Willard picks up his Cadus Mario from the lumberjack ledge. Had to do it. Can't be avoided. Good to get out of the way early.
This is an interesting split we're seeing between the runners where Asazas, you know, now clearing Palace of Darkness, is going to have 3 crystals pretty quickly here. While Willard's just going to be sitting on 2. In addition, Asazas has the Thief Stone clear done. So leading on the crystal count, but Willard's just got this huge item advantage based on the other things he's taken care of. And, you know, so much of this has just come down to what happened as soon as they did the back of Escape. Willard went up the mountain, got the mirror, and that gave him a whole bunch of options. And Asazas said, no, Dark World just opened up. There's more checks there. Let me handle that. And it's kind of been stymied since then.
So at this point, it looks like Willard needs like the ice rod and possibly a medallion. I think that's about it.
Yeah. Fascinating. That is a lot of stuff he's got. Okay, so right.
What I was saying, he possibly needs a medallion and nothing else.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. Just give us that ice rod from Magic Bath that you absolutely had to go to North Dark World Graveyard Ledge to check. I shouldn't say absolutely, as Azaz might luck into the mushroom somewhere to fake powder.
The Willard is gonna go check Mire right away.
Yeah, I like this play. Figure out right away, okay, Quake is good for entering Misery Mire. So A, he can beat that dungeon. B, he could, for all he knows, be actually in go mode at this point.
Hey, yeah, I mean, Turtle Rock's if Turtle Rock is Quake, yeah, then yeah, he's in go mode.
So it looks like he's gonna beat Misery Mire first. Then there is that question of, okay, did the game give me Quake medallions super early for access to both these dungeons, so I can just rock straight through to Turtle Rock, or do I need to keep checking everything to make sure?
He had to believe he had to keep checking just in case.
Yeah, there are, various degrees of aggressiveness you can do with this. Zazas looks like he's going to walk up the mountain, maybe forgetting he's got flute activated. But he's going to get that old man turn in, and I assume this is going to take him over to East Death Mountain and finally get his mirror, which really is the key to most of this seed.
Yeah, Mire pretty much locked everything, so
Aha! So Willard, getting a pretty darn good Mire with Big Key in his second chest, is just going to say, you know what? Quake is probably enough. And if it's not, the odds that the medallion I actually need for Turtle Rock are hiding in Misery Mire are so small, considering Willard has so much of the game still open to him. He is just going to take that skip and kind of accept the consequences.
That's a pretty good risk, I say. I approve.
I mean, so what are your other options? You're going to full clear the front of Misery Mire for a medallion you maybe don't even need that probably isn't here, or you can go like to literally the entire rest of the game.
Yeah.
If you do have to come back to Misery Mire, you know, it takes a while to get into, but there are certainly worse spots to be orphaning. But, you know, Willard just has so much of the rest of the game and so many other crystal dungeons to clear where checks are right in his path anyways.
Asazas picks up his mirror finally, and the other shield, which is good for pretty much nothing, but nice to have for the fireballs, I guess.
Willard getting dinged a couple times in the Vitreous fight is gonna get down to 3 hearts and swap to some safety strats. Hiding against the right wall, making it harder for the lightning to hit him, and kind of an alternating strategy of bows, shots, and spins. This is getting scary the longer this goes on. Nah, he's good.
And the scary part about Vitreous is those small eyeballs in the front. They can pretty much fly at you at any angle, and they don't care. They'll do a lot of damage to you, so... You see Asazas is dipping pendant Hera.
Yeah. This is quite out of the way. Yeah, this is like really going out of the way here. This may be like well, that's a really late mirror, I might be in a bit of trouble type of play. It may be I'm up on the mountain, I should try this while I'm here play. It just doesn't look good for him.
So you see Willard's gonna head up to Dark Death Mountain now, get his Turtle Rock pendant knowledge, and find out if he's a go mode or not. So we shall see.
Barely staying. Okay. So that was really clever what Asazas did. He almost got knocked off. He got back up and he stunned Moldorm with the Sword Slash, and then he realized, hang on. If I hammer Moldorm right now, I'm gonna aggro him, he's gonna start moving fast. So he went for another Sword Slash before doing the final hit with the hammer. That's really important to know how many hits your bosses take. It's something that trips a lot of people up. I'm really happy to see him do that.
And Willard is in go mode. Wow.
All right, let's just have go mode for 4 dungeons. Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets to go mode Ice Palace, Pod.
Never even did Spiral Cave, which Asazas is clearing at this point.
Yeah.
This is just like, I can't tell you the last time I've seen a race that swung this wildly based on one early decision. Like the last time I think I saw this happen was when I skipped Ice Rod in Sphere 1. And that was 3 years ago. He's just kind of made absolutely every choice correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for those that didn't see this earlier in the race, both runners got bottlenecked into going back through escape. That's right, back through escape several minutes into the race because they didn't have bombs on their first trip. And that was where they found both a glove and a moon pearl. Asazas took those and went to Village of Outcasts. WillardJBradley went up the mountain, found a mirror there, and then used that mirror to do an early Swamp Palace check that Asazas is just now doing. Willard was here 24 minutes ago. This gave Willard sword, which let him do Aghanim's tower, and also unlocked the myths that we saw on the Lake Hylia Island. So Asazas has, now got on that trail of items, but in the meantime has cleared 2 pendant dungeons. And crucially, still has to get to North Dark World, grab that powder from Graveyard Ledge to get the ice rod from Magic Bat.
Yes. I watched it all happen. I still have a headache from that explanation.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is also that, I think Asazas has played a bit out there, a bit just kind of doing the swingier plays of checking these pendant dungeons.
Yeah.
Both Thieves Town and then Tower of Hera coming up with nothing for him. Ooh, vanilla prize pack on the Pokies. That's just a big time sink there. That's fortunately didn't throw him in the wrong direction, but sucked his resources away from doing what he actually had to do.
Mm-hmm. He is gonna be skipping left side swamp for now. Maybe. I mean, there are 2 items back there. He might get sucked back into it, but we'll see. We know there's nothing over on the left side. He picks up his Master Sword, so.
Yeah, that's the real treasure of Swamp Palace. Ah, there's a crystal, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we do need crystals, huh? What is it, like 7? Something like that?
That's what they're telling me. That's what I've seen every runner use to enter Ganon's tower. That's what the cutscene says, so... It turns out it's actually 6. Then I've been bamboozled.
Dude, Willard doesn't have to go to Laser Bridge. I think he's looking for another sword here.
Yeah, that's the big thing in his spot. Not that he can't do Master Sword Serverless, just that he doesn't want to. I don't want to either.
He doesn't have any safeties. He doesn't have the cape or a bottle or anything like that, so...
Hey, remember when I said Willard would get that bottle from Village of Outcasts and then get half magic from the sick kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not sure that's gonna happen.
I mean, you never know. GT could bail him out, give him another sword or some kind of safety.
Yeah, GT could give him sword. There's also a bunch of checks just on the way as you're beating Ice Palace that are basically free for time and worth doing on the off chance they'll give you Tempered Sword. As well as, heck, Billy can check Hookshot Cave here if he wants to. And Super Bunny, which combined are like six quick checks for him.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of weird because Asazas has 4 crystal dungeons completed, but Willard is way far ahead in items, so...
Yeah, Asazas isn't playing this poorly at all, aside from, spending the time in pendant dungeons. Still has to do a clear Vega Tower, which is going to be a big time sink on his end that Willard is already taken care of. But Yeah, we're seeing Asazas actually be the first runner to do Ice Palace here, despite getting the mitts 25 minutes after Willard did.
I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't see him do Agahnim to get the cane, then do Ice Palace, but...
Yeah, that's the thing. If you know your cane's there, and you've already got the flute, you probably want to just pick up that red cane first. In other things that happened 25 minutes ago, Willard ran by the Palace of Darkness area entrance, and I was like, oh yeah, Willard's going to pod. And he is. Now.
See a good old-fashioned Ice Palace bomb jump coming up here in a bit.
I forgot about this. Alright, this is a thing we all used to do.
Yeah. Apparently he didn't forget how to do it, though, so that's good.
Oh, I'm so proud. So yeah, Icebreaker doesn't make a huge difference, like less than 10 seconds, or about 10 seconds if you're in go mode. It's when you're full clearing the dungeon that you really miss the Icebreaker, just because of the backtracking involved, that Icebreaker completely removes from the equation, or almost completely removes. Issue is, I think Asazas has to go for the full clear here, even though he's not going to find anything he needs. In this position, he has no idea where his last items are. I mean, I guess all he needs is Ice Rod, but he has no idea where the Ice Rod could be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all he needs is Ice Rod, and he's uncertain about his medallion requirements. Which, is kind of another reason to go and at least get your red cane and check out the Mire requirement first. Figure out if Quake is enough for that before you start diving into other dungeons. This lack of red cane is really hurting Asazas right now.
You think Asazas thinks that, I've seen Ice Rod and Turtle Rock too many times this tournament. Maybe it's still there.
That's a good question. I don't know if he's actively thinking like, I'll bet on it being there, but I think he's probably thinking, if it doesn't show up, it's worth diving Turtle Rock, given the option, just, to hope. Man, I remember the days like, God, I'm dating myself here, but like 4 years ago when we were all like, yeah, never go into Turtle Rock without the Ice Rod, despite Ice Rod showing up in Turtle Rock so often. It was always like full clear the rest of the world before you did that dive. And now people will just dive Turtle Rock willy-nilly. And you love to see it, but it's certainly a change in the meta over time.
See a cool little bow dash there from Willard. Something you really never see.
Does it make you go faster? No.
No.
Does it make you look cool? Also not really.
Just turns that bow into a melee weapon, that's all. Ooh, uh-oh.
Okay, good blue potion. Hey, Azazas has half magic. He got that from Sick Kid. That makes this fight easy.
Yeah, it also has a bottle. That's his 5th crystal.
So that's 5 crystals, and Willard's only got 4 for the moment. That means Azazas is unfortunately not winning because that's not how we evaluate who's ahead in these races.
Now I assume Asazas is going to go do Aga at this point to get the cane, so he can go at least complete Mire.
Yeah.
Yeah. There he goes.
Oh,
and helmet.
interesting. I thought he might have beaten Ice Palace there to activate the 5/6 bomb. It's a big red bomb, and then taking that over to the pyramid right now. Maybe he'll do that later.
It is a little easier with the Aga portal open, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, he's better than I am. So what do I know?
Oh, it's just you know, if you're gonna open up the portal early, sorry, if you're gonna get those crystals early, and then not use it, the value of having that crystal early doesn't help. Ooh, missed the key dash, that one.
Ooh.
Hurts a little to bonk on. Alright, so Y, an hour into the race, is Azazas clearing Aghanim's tower. He's got the boots, and Kane of Samaria is on Lumberjack Ledge. We're going to need that for both Turtle Rock and Misery Mire.
Willard headed into his final crystal dungeon. Skull Woods should be fairly quick here.
Penultimate. He's still got to do Ice Palace, right? I didn't like.
Oh, you're right.
miss
Yeah.
that.
No, you're right. You're
Okay.
right. Sorry.
You're scaring me.
I was stuck on the 6 crystal thing you said earlier. I'm sorry. But, you know, having the cane there, Ice Palace, makes it a pretty quick dungeon too, so.
Yeah. I can expect Willard will check every chest except the Icebreaker chest along the way, as he's just hunting, saying, game, come on, game, just give me a sword, game.
Down goes Mathila! Down goes Mathila! Willard gets his 6th crystal. He is 1 crystal away from getting his tower. Daza's gonna take on Aga.
What did we see? 3 blue balls here?
Something like that, yeah.
So, we did say, oh no, Willard's going to have to do the rest of the game without safeties. He does have, what in some ways is the most useful quick safety, that being powder. If he takes a bunch of hits where he doesn't want to on his way down Ice Palace, he should be able to just powder the anti-fairy at the bottom and refill most of his health.
It is true, so it shouldn't be too bad. Just have to worry about the magic not being able to refill it, so.
And we see him running back to hit the switch here. which is important to do if you're not full clearing Ice Palace. Just in case you don't find the big key or enough small keys, you'll otherwise potentially be locked out from finishing. Shouldn't say locked out. You can't get yourself locked out, but you can get yourself in a state where you have to do it the hard way.
You should lift up this rock here, grab the key, and just head on north. Not gonna. Oh, okay.
You check these chests if you're Willard. You want that tempered sword. You don't find it, but you want it. Okay, Asazas doing the Misery Mire check. Probably going to see him do... Well, he doesn't have the Ice Rod, so we're going to see him do every check here.
At some point, he's going to have to head over to... Oh, see, this is a heads-up play here. Let me grab that those magic pots right here. Make sure he's got full magic. And a heart.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't need that last pot on the ground, fortunately. Don't panic if you're rooting for Willard. There will be another magic pot in a second for him.
Yeah, no half magic means he's going to use his entire magic meter for the fire rod.
Oh, yeah. Hammer strat. Oh, just the one hammer, but okay.
Hammer cold stairs. So difficult.
Yeah, so... Ooh, that was a nice little hammer hit he snuck in. But in general, we're seeing Willard be...
Okay. Yeah, one hit will kill Willard here. You saw the heart to have. Everything else does 2 hearts of damage, so he's...
Yeah. So he's hanging out at the top of the room a lot because when the block lands, if it lands on you, it'll still hurt you. So you have to keep dodging that, but at least it won't shoot off particles that can hit you. So by hiding out at the top of the screen, you can be safe that way. Beyond that, it's just a slow fight of not letting things hit you, being really conservative. Because a death here is worse than making the fight take a long, long time. And he gets it.
What?
I'm going to breathe now.
What? Oh, okay. What? Oh, hey, Philion?
Hey, Captain.
Why are there a bunch of numbers coming up in chat right now?
That's a great question. What is chat?
Sorry,
that was a bad question. What are numbers?
Oh, wait, I got it. It's time to play the big key guessing game, in where you can win some internet points if you correctly guess the number of the big key in Ganon's Tower. 1 through 22 checks. Where do you think it's going to be today?
You know, it's less about where I think it is and more about where I want it to be. I'm still trying to figure out if I want it to be late so that Willard can check the whole basement and find a sword. Early so that he can not find a sword at all. Or late so that he can check the whole basement, not find a sword, and be really confused and leave us all guessing as to where the other 2 swords are. I don't know which I want. I do wish the Dead Rock hadn't done that to him. I know that. I'm happy for the runners to be stuck on Master Sword and have a hard time with that. But Dead Rock's getting in their way. That goes too far, man.
Hey, Oh, okay. He's not. Oh, I was.
Yep.
He thought about it. He's gonna check Hookshot Cave here. Hopefully, he finds a sword. Got 300 rupees. Uncle Bombs. Hey, a bottle.
That's okay. So we can take the bottle, and he can go back to the sick kid to get half magic.
Too bad there wasn't anything in the bottle. Oh. Okay. Okay.
All right.
He's fine.
That was a lot spooky on the bridge. But hey, as we say, you only need half heart to still be alive. And of course, now that he's actually in the dungeon, Willard is fairly safe. He can even take a death warp along the way if he wants to just replenish his health. The easy way.
Hey, first check. Smokey have the torch. And Azaza's going in the desert now. It's gonna complete the pendant trifecta.
Yeah, why not? Needs Ice Rod. I hate this Ice Rod location. But he needs it.
Hey,
And
there it is.
In the Southhouse room is the big key.
Number 5, right?
Yeah, if you guessed 5, you can be popular on the internet for 10 seconds. I actually thought Willard might have taken the death warp there. He was thinking about it, and then he remembered, as I now have, there's an anti-fairy in the spike room. That'll let you recharge your health. We're actually seeing him take the really safe route through the spike room, which is much slower, but keeps your health up there. And I think Willard is at this point pretty much resigned to the fact that he's going to be doing Master Sword Silverless Ganon.
Yeah, he's probably gonna check the chest upstairs at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's pretty much set on Master Sword at this point. I mean, even after he completes GT here, he might mirror out Flute over to get a potion just in case. It's hard to say.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Like normally, I would never ever say a runner should do that because you should never feel far enough ahead to be comfortable doing that. You should just like trust in your ability to beat Ganon no matter how bad your gear is.
Mm-hmm.
Partly because you can't count on your opponent making mistakes, and you can't count on your opponent not having routed just as well or better than you. This might be the exception. This might be the case where Willard goes, well, I routed everything almost perfectly. I've got the time for it.
And Azaza's going the Dark Death Mountain.
Yep.
He's gonna check the rock, see what if he needs just an ice rod, I guess. And
yeah, he's gonna find out in a second that he just needs Ice Rod. And honestly, I like what he's doing. I like this idea that, maybe my Ice Rod's just in Turtle Rock, and I'll find it here. It won't work, but it's a good attempt.
Considering how late he got that mirror, he's probably feeling a little bit behind at this point. Maybe. So he's probably going to try to do some big gambles here. Hopefully pays out for him, but we know it won't, but...
Yeah. I mean, in a sense, I don't want to speak for him, but it looks like just playing Dependence All Seed the way he has been kind of a form of that gambling. Oh, look, a bottle for Willard at the top of the tower. This one with a B, which is equally useless at the end of the game.
You can't use bees at Ganon?
I think they annoy him, but they don't actually hurt him, so no.
Oh.
So that's going to pick up a second bottle here in Hookshot Cave. So Willard is having annoyances with Moldorm. A good switch to the hammer there.
Ooh.
And there we go.
And asazas is gonna go ahead and go into the Turtle Rock here without the Ice Rod. Not gonna find it here. Willard's gonna take on his Agahnim geometry exam. Pretty good setup there. Oh, just missed that third one there. It was good setup for a triple. Just couldn't quite pull it off. And
that might have been a triple. It's hard to say when they're that close to hitting. But it was indeed a 2-3-1. Nice fight. All right, folks. Agadoo's done for Willard. Strap in. It's time for the long fight.
I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 12 spins for phase 1, 4 spins for phase 2, then 24 spins on the final phase, something like that.
12 spins for phase 1, 12 spins for phase 2, 4 spins for phase 3, and 24
there we go.
For the last phase. And Willard is, I think, making the call of, I don't want to be doing this totally low percent. That's a bit too much. Look at all these rupees I've picked up instead of picking up swords. 2 blue potions is going to make this fight, I don't want to say go faster. I don't even want to say go more easily, but it'll take a lot of the tension out of the fight. And again, he's probably done the read on this and gone, okay, I did basically every decision right after the pretty much forced bottleneck for the Moon Pearl. He's got to feel really good about his position, and this is just a way of ensuring that he keeps it. Plus, hey, with the Aga portal there, getting back to Ganon isn't as bad as you'd think.
A good call, I think.
Oh no, chat's pointing out that Willard missed the catfish throw the first time he was there. So you know that's that's the race right there. No, he's actually clearly practiced this Master Sword fight, going for the spins off the Samaria block to keep himself close to Ganon and really pump out that damage.
Oh yeah, getting 2 spins each time he swings that sword is really nice to have.
Look at this. Look at this. Right in the circle of fire bats. Look at all this damage he's just pumping out. Every time he spins, that counts as 2 Tempered Sword hits of the 12 hits in phase 2.
We are into phase 2. And I think he's about done.
Good to use the hook shot there to avoid the bats as they sneak back in on you. And we're into phase 3. So one of the nice things about buying the potions for Willard is it lets him use the Samaria strats without worrying about his magic. That means he can stay close to Ganon, make the first phases of the fight go faster, and also reduce the chances of him getting hit over and over, which is a big concern when you're doing this fight. This leaves him now with plenty of magic to go for fire rod shots and still refill his magic with bottles, meaning he can crank out triples here if he's got the timing down, which is what he needs to do because he needs 24 hits total.
A lot of hits.
It is, in fact, double the number of hits if you were spinning with Tempered Sword. This is also one of those cases where you can tell how much time Willard has spent playing this game, that these triples are coming off almost effortlessly for him. Just lining them up every time. The timing is basically second nature to him. This looks easy when he does it like this, but in reality, it's just having the muscle memory down completely.
This comes from years and years of playing this game, and the way he does it is it's like it's magic almost. I can't do it, but
no, magic is the green bar in the top left corner of the screen.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And that'll be 24.
Wow.
I'll confess I stopped counting.
Get those GGs in chat for WillardJBradley. Got to cross this bridge, and he's gonna finish with a racetime.gg time of 1 hour 24 minutes 50 seconds. Well done.
Woo! What a route to have taken.
I mean,
Zaza sees that dot done and understandably just takes the forfeit at this point, because without even having Ice Rod, there's a lot of game left to play. And not stuff I would want to go for.
we are joined by the winner of this race, WillardJBradley. GG, see you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Azazas.
Hello, hello.
GG's. Congratulations on finding a tempered sword at the end of that. Right?
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, I'd rather found the Triforce, you know.
Yeah.
Would have been cooler.
Would have been much cooler. GG's, man. That
GG
that was
is
a
nice
scary.
win.
That was a scary seed. Once you finally got to the Dark World and literally everything opened up, that Ice Rod could have been anywhere.
Yeah, would have been a really scary qualifier seed. Imagine.
Yeah, man. Who'd have thought? That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
As a qualifier seed, I've been interested to see the scores on that one.
But yeah, it was pretty much decided by Mountain versus Dark World earlier. And I didn't really like how I played in terms of execution. There was a little bit of slop. But I could have been editor, and Willard could have been a runner that's been playing for 2 weeks, and when I will still have lost probably, because just because it was so insane. Because if you don't pick up the mirror early, and you pretty much do the entire Dark World, the dungeons and all, it's just completely isolated. And,
especially with where Ice Rod was. Like if you do Dark World before you get that mirror, then that's a really easy one to put off forever. Which is why I kind of went straight up to the mountain, just because I was thinking, like, you know, I was assuming that you were hoping to find mirror outside the mountain, because then you could do both East Death Mountain in the Light World and Dark World at the same time, and got bailed out. Yay!
That's also the beauty of Randomizer.
Mm-hmm. I was shocked. the minute as the magic bat animation was starting, I said to myself, man, I should probably be focusing on dungeons instead of wasting my time with overworld. And then it popped up and I was like, all right, that shut me right up.
Yeah, that was about the right time to switch.
And then, once I got that, it's like, all right, Mire medallion, am I good to go? And then, you get the God Mire and it's like, all right, I just gotta hope that it's double Quake and I don't need to come back here because, if it was Bombos or Ether and one of those was back in Mire, I'd probably end up putting that off forever. So, hard to say. So, and I felt like my execution tanked as soon as I hit go mode because I was just freaking out. So, the Vidi fight was scary. The Cold Stare was terrifying. I'm very glad I didn't die there.
Oh yeah.
Just had to hug that wall to avoid the icicles. And then, yeah, I almost died even just getting to GT. Like, it was rough.
And
there was a lot of clenching at the end of that race for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But it was one of those things where it's like, I checked Laser Bridge after finding out I was in go mode and got a whole bunch of junk. And I was like, I can do this. I can beat this seed with this loadout. I don't need to keep checking stuff. And I checked a little bit more on Ice Palace. But yeah, it was scary at the end there, just trying to get to the end. And then I'm really glad I went and grabbed some potions just because I didn't want, since I wanted to do Cane strats, I didn't want to have to do Lamp Phase 4. So finding both of those bottles worked out pretty well. I only ended up needing one.
Yeah, half magic was on sick kid, so
of course.
I mean, you didn't get your first bottle to the hookshot cave on your way up to GT, so you weren't gonna get it. So
I kind of wish I'd checked at least hookshot cave after T-Rock or something, but I have no idea where my opponent is. I need to cut as many corners as I can still, and only do what I need to do. So, and I didn't screw it up. So, great.
That was a great race there, and that's gonna put Willard up 1-0 in the winners bracket. So, yeah, well done to you. GG's to both runners here. Anything else to add?
Tomorrow's seed is gonna be the complete opposite. I just would like it if so far all three of my races have been basically Ice Rod go mode for the most part. So I'm just give me something else, please.
You found it really fast this time, though.
Yeah, but still.
Yes. Wishing for tomorrow a really long linear seed, which is what I really like.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. That'd be nice. It was very nice not having to touch any pendant dungeons because those are
always it would have been nice.
they always feel like a trap. And that's the thing is running through my head. I'm like, where's this ice rod gonna be? And I really was not just expecting to get it off a magic bat. That was a shock. It's a shame we didn't find the mushroom elsewhere. Could have maybe sequence broke that, but yeah, looking forward to
the thing is, I checked pretty much everything. I didn't really find. I didn't find any other medallions, or the book, the mushroom. I just found the net on Pyramid Ferry. I really have a very empty inventory considering what I looked.
Yeah, and Berna was in the same room as the big key, so that was kind of nice to find, in case I needed it. But it's tough. You never really think about climbing GT or conserving magic when you're going up the gauntlet with no bottles, a master sword, and no safeties really. So it's something you definitely have to practice, or at least just keep in the back of your head for the next time. So, but GG's.
Yeah, GG's. I think I'm gonna say hello to my Spanish pals. So, thank you for the restream. Thank you for the commentary. Hope you enjoyed the race, and I'll see you tomorrow for our rematch. Yep.
Should be fun. And yeah, thank you guys for the comms, and thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna go drink some coffee, and a lot of it.
Right. GG's to both of you. Yes, that match tomorrow is at the same time. It is at 5:10 Eastern. And But don't go anywhere because we still have a couple matches coming up later tonight. At 8:10 p.m. we have Kern versus TJ Maelstrom on ALTTP Randomizer. Then at the same time at 8:10 p.m. SpeedGaming Ben Teasy versus Skipsy. And then at 9:10, right here on SpeedGaming Prime, we got Fred versus In the Name of DT, F. Coughlin, as he is known. And then late tonight, 11:40 p.m. Eastern, here on SpeedGaming Prime, we got Pika Pals versus CS Tutor 89. And that's going to be our lineup for the night. So,
yeah, keep an eye on the schedule, because, of course, the tournament doesn't end today. It just goes on and on and on with Link to the Past randomizer matches everywhere.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm all right. I'm fine.
It'll be okay. It'll be fine. As always, give our runners a follow. And I guess you can give my co-com a follow too if you want. And our tracker, Dude.
Yo, thanks to Dude for staying up late for his time zone and clicking all the buttons for us. And is he still running this tournament?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he sure is still running this tournament. He's doing a great job of that. All right, thank you for watching, everyone. Keep watching the tournament and play more video games. Good night.
Night.